want to talk. People are in the club, so they're drinking, rowdy, Twisted Sister, the perfect band for that kind of audience. And I'm performing on stage, and someone suddenly, I should say, a bottle sails past my head. Now, let me just say to you people out there, I've been in the audience, and I've seen people throw stuff at bands. And I know that's not always out of anger or violence. I remember, I think it was Aerosmith. It was either Aerosmith or Zeppelin. And there was a vicinity of people who were trying to get their bottle on the stage. Talk about that fourth wall. Like they wanted to break the fourth wall the other way. Instead of the band coming off the stage into the audience, they wanted something from their realm, their reality, their dimension, to cross that line, the lights, whatever it is, and to see it land on the stage. I watched them throwing stuff, and the intention was not to hurt the band, which they were in definitely, since they were not very accurate with the throwing, they were in danger of doing just that. And I stopped them. I said, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" But I saw that their goal was not to injure the band. Now, mind you, I've been in other situations on both ends where I've seen it and I've been receiving it, and where people's singular goal is to hurt the band, to hit the band. And let me just say, anyway, for any reason you're throwing shit up there, again, this is the biggest pussy move in the world. I know pussy's like not a PC word. I don't care. I'm old, and that's like, it doesn't mean whatever people or attachment they are in the PC world to it. It just means wimp. It means asshole. It means gutless. The biggest pussy move, because the band, whether it's in a bar or it's in a festival, they are blinded by the lights out there. If it's a daytime festival, we're not blinded, which I'll get to that in another story. But when it's a nighttime show, especially when you're in the arenas and stuff like that, you got those spotlights on you, those follow spots. You can't see anything. We can't see you, audience. That's why if you come to see me, I'll say, turn the lights off. Let me see the audience. Because as long as those lights are on, we're blind. So when you throw something up there, it's a really unfair fight. Because you're able to aim and we're not able to avoid. We can't see it coming and say, duck, get out of the way, step away. It just comes out of the lights, and if you get hit, you're fucked. And there's been some people who've been seriously fucked. Tyler got hit with a bottle. It damaged his eye. This is years ago. Okay, so, I mean, and there's way more stories than that. I'm just saying. I remember in San Francisco opening for Y&T. And actually, Y&T always opened up for us, but in San Francisco, that was their town. We opened up for them. They were huge there. That's where they're from, the Bay Area. And some guy was throwing bolts, BOLTS's, bolts, but big ones, fat, industrial. And he was throwing them like a baseball pitcher. And I got hit with one, unfortunately didn't hit below my freaking shoulder pads, because that would have just bounced off. And it was throwing multiple and bruised one of my ribs. Again, coming out of the lights, you can't see anything. You can't avoid them. So, I mean, it is the most wuss, wimp, pussy, lame-ass, cowardly thing to do, is to throw things at the band. So, a bottle in a bar was flying past my head. And the band's playing. It's like a breakdown. And I am just like, who threw that fucking bottle? Get the lights off my face. I'm looking at the crowd. The crowd is packed, wall to wall. You can't move in this place. Who threw that bottle? And everybody's pointing in the area. They're pointing from a direction. I said, show yourself. Where are you? Come up here on the stage. Come up here on the stage and throw a bottle at my face. I was going to bring the guy up. Let's go. I had my chiffon on. No, I was actually wearing a silver lame pants and a silver leather jacket and red 6-inch spike heel shoes. They were fantastic. Anyway, so where are you? I'm a big homo. I'm up there. And I can say that because, I was dressed the way I was dressed and, that's what they would call me. So that's how they knew me, big homo. Anyway, the crowd's pointing, where are you? Where are you? So now I'm trying to get him out of the audience. I'm saying, you know what? I said, if you have not balls, not one ball, if you have half of one ball, a semicircle, you'll come up here and confront me. Come on up here. And nothing. Nobody's budging, but the people are pointing. There he is. But I can't see. So I'm like, you know what? You fucking suck. Your father fucking sucks. Your motherfucking. And the minute I say mother, there is something about talking about people's mothers. I don't know if that still holds true anymore, but there was, when I was a kid, in my day, that was like the line. Say anything you want about me, about anybody in my world, my family, but say something about my mother. And the minute I said, your mother fucking sucks, a finger goes up. A guy starts giving me the finger. And I'm like, you? Is it you? And he's going, fuck you. I said, is it you? And he's about 8 deep back in the audience, maybe more. Because it's not seats. It's just like that packed thing. I said, you. I said, come up here. And he's just going, fuck you. And I'm going, come on up here. Fuck you. And finally, I lose my shit. If he's not coming up here, I'm going out there. And in my brain, I say, I think I can reach him if I dive. Like pool dive. Again, this is uncharted territory. And I'm thinking, which is probably what people who stage dive think, look at this sea of people. They're going to catch me. And I'm going to get to this guy, and I'm going to beat his ass. Now, let it be said that I am not the toughest guy in the world. I know that. There's always somebody tougher than you. I definitely play with the element of surprise because people don't expect you to break the fourth wall. I have the advantage of being sober. I've always been clean and sober, where most people in the audience, especially the a-holes who are throwing stuff and causing problems, are drunk or high. So they're at a disadvantage. So, and I'm a pretty big guy. So the odds are stacked in my favor. But being clean and sober, I've always got a backup plan. And in this case in particular, I am looking out at the audience, and I see that in the vicinity of my target are a couple of big biker type fans. And I know that my peeps have got my back. So I figure if I get in trouble, they'll have my back. So this all, by the way, this is within seconds, this calculations. The next thing that happens, and the band is continuing to play, they're riffing. As Eddie Ojeda says, he looked to his right and saw a pair of 6-inch spiked stiletto red platform shoes going past his eye level as I left the stage. 1 minute I was standing there, the next minute, and the stage was a 6-foot stage. So I thought it was a good, launching point for me. The audience parted like the Red Sea.